Hi everybody, it's Refresh, and I'm here with a match between two Amonkhet sealed decks and the Face the Hydra challenge deck from Theros. Today I'll be using the Harvester hero, which will let me draw and discard each turn, and the Hunter, which can give a creature +1/+1 until end of turn. Let's see how it goes. We'll start on regular difficulty with 3 Hydra heads, 7 cards apiece. Dimir has 2 lands and some castables, not much in black, the color black, so I think it's worth trying. Orzhov has 4 lands and some okay castables, so I guess we'll try it too. And again, we're going to be looting every turn, so hopefully this will be enough to get us there. Turn 1. Dimir will play an island, Orzhov will play a plains, and we'll pass turn to the Hydra. The Hydra will cast the top card, which is Torn Between Heads. Tap up to 2 heads. They don't untap during the Hydra's next untap step, and it deals 5 damage to each player. So, Dimir is down to 15. Orzhov is down to 15. The Hydra's turn ends. It's now player's turn. We're going to loot at the end of the turn. The Hydra's turn. We have another island here and a swamp here. Let's go ahead and drop the Ancient Crab because defensive creatures aren't very good against the Hydra. And on this side we'll get rid of the extra swamp because we don't need that many swamps. Alright, time for the turn. Untap, draw. We have a swamp and a Cradle of the Accursed. Let's go ahead and play the swamp here. Tap them both and play a Taw Crop Skirmisher. And then on this side we will play the swamp and we will do nothing else. Alright, back to the Hydra. These don't untap in the Hydra's turn. The Hydra's going to cast a top card, which is Hydra's Impenetrable Hide. Each hide gains indestructible until the end of Hydra's next turn. Oh, we should have taken 1 damage from the last turn, and then another damage this turn. So we're going to take 2 damage to go to 13, and then we will loot at the end of the turn. We've drawn a Soul Stinger on this side and a Cartouche of Ambition on this side. Let's go ahead and dump the... Oh, I kind of want to keep everything. I think the weakest on this side might be... Let's get rid of the Shimmer Scale Drake, because it's not a lot of power for the 5 mana. Alright, so there's that. On this side, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Impeccable Timing, because it's not very good against this particular deck. Okay, going to turns, untap. Draw. We have a Cartouche of Ambition on this side, or Ketros Monument on this side. Let's go ahead and play another island here, and then on this side we'll play a swamp. Okay, well, since the heads are indestructible, there's no point in attacking, so let's go ahead and pass turn. Hydra's turn. Hydra will play Strike the Weak Spot, will destroy a target head. If it was elite, it'd take another turn, but not elite, so we'll destroy that. We'll gain 2 life to go to 15. And then we'll show 2 more cards to see if there are any new heads. There are no new heads. So that is the end of that. And then we will take 2 damage apiece to go back down to 13. And then we will end the turn. We'll loot. Drawing a swamp here and an Anointer Priest here. Let's go ahead and discard the extra swamp on this side, because Cradle will get us there. And on this side, we don't need the extra island, I don't think. So we'll get rid of that. So we looted the turn. Before the turn ends, we're going to go ahead and cast Start here. We'll get 2 warrior tokens with Vigilance. And, alright. Turn's over. Untap. Draw. We have a swamp and a swamp. Alright. We will play the swamp on this side. We'll play the swamp on this side. Let's play the Ketros Monument on this side to prep for all the future turns where we're going to get a bazillion soldiers. And then on this side, we're going to cast the Cartouche of Ambition on the Taw Crop Skirmisher. It's going to put a -1/-1 counter on this Hydra head. And then we're going to attack with the 2 Vigilant Warriors as well as the Taw Crop Skirmisher. The Skirmishers will attack this, these 2 will attack this, and we'll kill them both. Dimir will get 3 life to go to 16. Both of these will perish. And then we'll get 2 life each. Dimir will go to 18. Orzhov will go to 15. And then we're going to see if we have any new Hydra heads. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1 new Hydra head. Then we will pass turn to the Hydra. The Hydra will cast the topmost card, which is Torn Between Heads. Tap up to 2 heads. They don't untap during the Hydra's next untap step, and it deals 5 damage to each player. So Hydra heads tapped. We're going to take 5 damage here and go to 13. 5 damage here and go to 10. And then we will take no damage from the Hydra head. We'll loot at the end of the turn. We got a Grasping Dunes here and a Plains here. Let's go ahead and dump the island. And on this side, let's dump the Plains. Alright, untap. Draw. We have a Fetid Pools here and a Gravedigger here. We'll play the Fetid Pools tapped. And on this side, we will play the Cradle of the Accursed. We will play an Anointer Priest. And when it enters the battle... Oh, it only costs 1 mana. 1 white mana. And when it enters the battlefield, we'll get a new warrior token. And when the token enters the battlefield, we'll gain a life to go to 11. On this side, we're not going to cast anything just yet. So we'll attack with the Tawcrop Skirmisher to do 4 damage to the Hydra head. The Hydra head perishes. Each player gets 2 life to go to 15 and 13 respectively. And then this player will also get 3 more life to go to 18. And then we'll see if we have any new heads. The Ravenous Brute head and the Shrieking Titan head. Each player is going to discard a card at the end of the turn, which is not good for us. We'll get rid of that one by playing the finish half of this card to sacrifice a warrior and destroy the Shrieking Head Titan, which will get each player a card and 4 life. So we have a new card, 4 life to go to 17, 4 life to go to 22, and then we'll pass turn. We'll go to the Hydra's turn. Hydra's first step will draw. Players can't cast spells until the Hydra's next turn. Okay, as that's triggering on the stack, we're going to play Hieroglyphic Illumination on this turn to draw 2 cards. And then we will end the Hydra's turn. Hydra will do 2 damage to each player. Taking that one, Demir to 20 and Orzhov to 15. And then we will loot at the end of the turn. Drawing a card, Liliana Death's Majesty and Glorybound Initiate on this side. Let's go ahead and drop an island. And on this side, let's drop the Cartouche of Ambition. I think is the least effective. And then we will untap. I feel like we're going to beat this thing before it even gets a chance to get off the ground. We can't cast spells, but we can play lands. So let's go ahead and play a Grasping Dune on this side. And on this side, nothing to cast. Let's go in on the attack. We have 3 here, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be enough if everybody attacks. So everybody will attack. And then that will deal 6 damage. The Ravenous Brute head will die. Each player will gain 2 life to go to 22 and 17. And each player will draw a card. We have a Binding Whammy on this side, a Cursed Minotaur on this side. We'll see if there are any new heads. We have a Hydra head, just 1. And then we will pass turn to the Hydra. Hydra will draw and play Distract the Hydra. Each player may sacrifice a creature. If each player who sacrifices a creature this way chooses the head and taps it, each player who didn't loses 3 life. We'll go ahead and lose 3 life on both sides. Go to 19 and 14 respectively. We will end the turn, taking 1 damage again each from the remaining Hydra head. And then we'll loot, draw, and then discard. We have another Cursed Minotaur and a Doomed Dissenter on this side. Let's go ahead and ditch the extra island on this side. On this side, let's go ahead and ditch a Doomed Dissenter. And we'll untap, draw, start to finish, and Cartouche of Ambition. Let's play the Swamp. We have no lands to play on this side. We can kill this thing with a single swing, so I think that's what we'll do. No, we should have gained 3 life from hitting the last one, so we'll go ahead and go back up to 21. And then we're going to swing again to finish off this last Hydra head. and then we'll gain 3 more life to go to 24. Hydra Head perishes, and then we get 2 life each to go to 26 and 15. And then we'll see if there are any new heads. Nope. Yes, the Savage Vigor head is up. It's pretty bad. When it leaves the battlefield, each player gains 4 life and draws a card. Let's see, can we just kill it? I think we can. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll spend 5 mana on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To final reward, to finish off the Savage Vigor head, each player will gain 4 life. So we are going to 30 here and 25 here. And then each player will draw a card. We get a Plains on this side and a Honed Khopesh on this side. We'll go ahead and play the Plains. And we'll see if there are any new Hydra heads. The Ravenous Brute head shows up. We have no more real attacks that we can do. We got 1 mana here, so we'll go ahead and play the Honed Khopesh on this side. On this side, we will play a Binding Mummy, which will get us a Warrior, which will get us a life. We will play a Glory Bound Initiate, which will get us a Warrior, and will get us a life. And then we will play a Soul Stinger, putting the -1/-1 counters on one of the warriors that just appeared, which will kill the warrior, but will get us another warrior and a life. And then we will pass the turn to the Hydra. The Hydra will draw. Another Ravenous Brute head appears. We're going to take 4 damage apiece to go to 26 and 24. And then we'll loot at the end of the turn. We have Those Who Serve on this side and a Splendid Agony on this side. Let's get rid of the Cartouche of Ambition on this side, and we'll get rid of the Doomed Dissenter on this side, and then we'll untap. We'll draw. Hieroglyphic Illumination and Swamp. We'll go ahead and play the next Swamp. We have a ton of power on the battlefield. Okay, we'll go ahead and equip the Honed Khopesh to the Tall Crop Skirmisher, which will make it a 4. We'll attack with the Skirmisher for 4, the 2 warriors for 2 to kill this one, 2 warriors, and the Soul Stinger to kill this one. So both Ravenous Brute heads will perish. We'll gain 4 life apiece to go to 30, and then back to 28, and then we'll draw 2 cards each. 1, 2. Play the Swamp on this side. We'll see if there are any new heads. 1, 2, 3. We have the Snapping Fang head, 4, and a regular Hydra head. And then we will play a Plague Belcher on this side. We'll put the -1/-1 counters on a warrior, which will kill it. But as Plague Belcher enters the battlefield, we'll get another warrior, which will get us another life. And we'll also play Those Who Serve on this side, which will create another warrior and get us another life. On this side, we'll play Liliana Death's Majesty. Starting at 5, we'll go ahead and +1 her right now to create a zombie, and then mill 2 cards. We have a Swamp and an Island that got milled. And then we will pass the turn to the Hydra. The Hydra will begin by playing Distract the Hydra. Each player may sacrifice a creature. Each player who sacrifices a creature this way chooses a head and taps it. Each player who didn't sacrifice a creature loses 3 life. Well, we have a lot of creatures, but we have even more life, so let's go ahead and lose the life. We'll go down to 27 here, and 27 here. And then we will take 1, 2, 3 damage from the Snapping Fang head, 4 damage total when you add the Hydra head to go to 23 each, which is still a comfortable number for this group. At the end of the turn, we will loot again, drawing a card, the Trial of Knowledge on this side, and Liliana's Mastery on this side. Let's go ahead and drop a... We don't really need to draw, so let's get rid of the Hieroglyphic Illumination on this side, and on this side, actually we'll get rid of the Plains, because that's not doing anything for us. Alright, and then we'll untap. We will draw. We can go to Crop Maid on this side and a Swamp on this side. Let's play the Swamp. I guess we just go on the attack and try to kill these things. 5 plus the Glory Bound Initiate to kill the Snapping Fang head, and then we will attack with the Togcrop Skirmisher to kill the Hydra head. Both will die, and we will gain 6 life and a card each. So we'll go to 29 each way. But this one will get 4 more life to go to 33. And then we'll see if we have any new heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. No new heads. We win the game before we resolve any of the other effects. Alright, we'll go to game 2. Game 2, we're playing difficult mode with 4 Hydra heads. Let's get drawing and see how we do. Dimir does not have a good mix of spells and lands, so let's go ahead and mulligan to 7 because this is a multiplayer game. Dimir has spells and lands. I think this is keepable. Orzhov has lands, mostly on color, and some spells. Let's go ahead and keep it. Alright. Turn 1, we'll play a swamp and a foil plains. Pass the turn to the Hydra. The Hydra will draw. We'll play Torn Between Heads. Tap up to 2 heads. They do not untap. Each player will take 5 damage, plus 2 more from the Hydra heads to take 7 damage. We'll go to 13. And then we'll loot at the end of the turn. Draw. We get a swamp here and a painful lesson here. I think we'll drop the Vizier of Many Faces because we can embalm it. And on this side, let's drop the Splendid Agony because it's short term. And then we will untap. We'll draw. We have a Doomed Dissenter on this side and an island on this side. Let's go ahead and play an island here. On this side we'll play a second plains. And we'll pass turn again. It'll be the Hydra's turn. These heads do not untap. We'll draw. We'll play Noxious Hydra Breath. Choose one. Noxious Hydra Breath deals 5 damage to each player or destroy each tapped non-head creature. We'll destroy each tapped non-head creature. There are no creatures. And then we'll take 2 damage from each head to go to 11. We will loot at the end of the turn. We got a Fetid Pools here and an Oketra's Monument here. Let's go ahead and drop the island. Here we'll drop, we'll draw the Painful Lesson because we have a lot of cards. Alright. And then we'll untap. We'll draw. We have an Ancient Crab here and a Swamp here. Let's go ahead and play the second Swamp, and then we'll play the Blighted Bat, which cannot gain haste this turn. And on this side we'll play the Swamp, and we will play Oketra's Monument to get that game going. But we'll have to survive another turn. Let's see if we do. We end the turn. It's Hydra's turn. Hydra's will untap. We'll draw. We'll play Hydra's Impenetrable Hide. Each head gains indestructible until the end of the Hydra's next turn. We're going to take 4 damage from the heads to go to 7. And then we'll loot at the end of the turn. Draw a Honed Kopeshir. We'll ditch the Ancient Crab. Draw a Wasteland Scorpion here, which is quite good. We will ditch the Doomed Dissenter. Again, it's kind of low impact. And then we will untap. Draw. We have a Togcrop Skirmisher and a Sparring Mummy. We'll play Another Plains. We'll play the Grasping Dunes. Alright, let's see. We can't kill anything this turn. We can gain life if we play the Cartouche. So I think what we'll do is we'll play the Kopesh. We'll play the Cartouche of Ambition on the Blighted Bat, putting a -1/-1 counter on one of these. Then the Blighted Bat will get us 3 life. On this side, we can't get some life, but we can cast some creatures, so I think that's what we should do. We get a discount, so we can play the Devoted Cropmate and Those Who Serve this turn. They'll both come into the battlefield. We'll go ahead and get 2 warriors along with that. Then we'll attack with a Blighted Bat to do 3 damage to the Hydra head. It won't die because it's indestructible, but we'll gain 3 life to go to 10 on this side at least. And then we will go to the Hydra's turn. The Hydra will play a Hydra's Impenetrable Hide on its turn again, so nothing's going to die, but we'll take another 4 damage to go back down to 6 on this side, down to 3 on this side. This is really bad for the Orzhov team here. And then we will loot. We have Hieroglyphic Illumination and Gravedigger. Oh no, heads can't die. So we'll go ahead and ditch the Gravedigger because it's slow. On this side, we'll ditch the hieroglyphic illumination. And then we will start the turn, untap, draw. We have final reward on this side and swamp on this side. Play the swamp. Alright, let's go ahead and play the fetid pool, because we don't have the mana. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and loot again to see if we can get an answer. We have a Scribe of the Mindful and a Start to Finish on this side. So we're going to get rid of probably Scribe of the Mindful on this side, and we'll get rid of a Start to Finish on this side. And then we will play the fetid pools. Well, Dimir can at least survive, so what we'll do is we'll play the Talcrop Skirmisher, and then equip the Honed Khopesh to the Blighted Bat to give it lifelink, and attack with the Blighted Bat for 4 damage, 5 damage with the Hunter, go to 11. So we'll go ahead and cast a Sparring Mummy to get another warrior. Not that that'll do that much good. And then we will attack with a Devoted Crop Mate, exerting it to pull a Doomed Dissenter onto the battlefield. And then we will pass the turn to the Hydra. Orzhov is going to die. Hydra's going to play Disorienting Glower. Players can't cast spells to the next turn. The 4 Hydras will kill Orzhov. Orzhov will perish. And then do 4 damage to Dimir, taking it from 11 to 7. And then Orzhov dies. And Dimir will untap. Draw. Can't cast spells this turn. So what we'll do is we'll equip the Khopesh to the Talcrop Skirmisher and attack with both the Blighted Bat and the Talcrop Skirmisher, killing 2 Hydra heads, gaining us 4 life to go to 11, and another 3 life to go to 14. We'll see if there are any new heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a Ravenous Brood head and a Shrieking Titan head. Great. Wonderful. And then we can't cast anything this turn, so we are going to end our turn. It will be the Hydra's turn. The Hydra will play the top card and deal 5 damage to each player or destroy each tapped non-head creature. I think taking 5 damage is fine in this case because we have life gain. So we'll go to 9, and then we will be taking an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage to go to 3. And then the Shrieking Titan head will cause us to discard a card. We'll get rid of this Splendid Agony. And then we will pass, go to Dimir's turn. Dimir will untap, Dimir will draw. We get an island. Go ahead and play the island. We will attack and kill 2 more Hydra heads to get us 4 more life, to go back up to 7, plus 3 from the life-linking bat to go to 10. And then we'll see if there are any new heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another Ravenous Brute head, which is pretty bad. And then we will exile with final reward the Shrieking Titan head to get us 4 more life to go back up to 14 and draw a card each, or draw a card. And then we'll see if there are any more heads. 1, 2, no new heads. And then we will pass the turn. The Hydra will play Grown from the Stump, put 2 cards named Hydra Head onto the battlefield from the graveyard. There are 2. And then we'll take 2, 4, 6 damage to go back down to 8. We'll loot. We'll draw Curator of Mysteries, which we'll keep and drop the island. Then we'll untap, draw, play the island. We'll go in on the attack. We'll kill a Ravenous Brute head to gain 2 life, go to 10, draw a card. We'll see if there are any new heads. No new heads. And then we'll play Liliana Death's Majesty for 5. And we'll +1 her to get a zombie in mill 2. We also gain 3 life from the attacking cartouched creature. And then we will end the turn and go to the Hydra's turn. The Hydra will play the top card, which is a Noxious Hydra Breath. Either take 5 damage or destroy each tapped non-head creature. We want to keep the creatures, so we're going to take 5 damage and go back down to 8. And then we'll take 4 more to go back down to 4. At the end of the turn we'll loot. draw an Ancient Crab, discard a Swamp, then untap, draw, Swamp, play the Swamp. We will go on the attack again, killing both Hydra heads for the life, going up to 8, plus 3, so up to 11. Then we'll see if there are any new heads. No new heads. And then we'll play the Curator of Mysteries. We'll play the Ancient Crab. We'll plus Liliana to mill 2. Get a zombie. Looks like we're in a good position, board position now. And then we will go to the Hydra's turn. The Hydra will play this card. It's a Hydra head. We'll take 3 damage from the heads. Go back down to 8. We will untap, draw. We have a Seeker of Insight. Alright, let's go ahead and kill the Ravenous Brute head. We'll attack with a crab and a zombie to kill the Hydra head. They'll both die. We'll gain 4 life to go back up to 12, plus 3 more to go to 15 from the life-linking bat. We'll see if there are any new heads. There's 1 new head. And then we will play the Seeker of Insight. And we will tick up Liliana to make a zombie. Another 2 cards. And then we'll go to the Hydra's turn. The Hydra will play, the Hydra head will take 2 damage from the 2 heads to go to 13. We will untap. We'll attack with a Cartouche to Blighted Bat and the Top Crop Skirmisher again. Kill both Hydra heads. We'll gain 4 life and go up to 17. We'll see if there are any new heads. We have a Savage Vigor head and a Hydra head. We don't have any means of killing that Vigor head just out of the blue. Well, we could do that, but I don't think that's worth it right now. So we will plus 1 Lily again, go to 9, milling 2. I think we have to stop plussing her. Getting a zombie, and then going to the Hydra's turn. The Hydra will draw and play strike the weak spot, destroy target head. If it's an elite, then the Hydra will get another turn. It is an elite. We'll gain 4 life to go to 21. We'll see if there are any new heads. It's a regular head. And the turn will end. We'll take 2 damage to go back down to 19. And then Hydra's next turn. Disorienting Blowers. Players can't cast spells until the Hydra's next turn. That's fine. We'll take another 2 damage to go down to 17. And then we'll untap. Draw. Got a Swamp. Play a Swamp. We're going to attack with the Top Crop Skirmisher and the Blighted Bat again. Kill these 2 heads. We'll gain 4 life to go back up to 21. And then we'll gain 3 more life from the Blighted Bat to go to 23. We'll see if there are any new heads. There's a Ravenous Brute head. We'll use Liliana's Death's Majesty -3 to go down to 6 counters. And we'll bring back the Vizier of Many Faces as a zombie copy of the Curator of Mysteries. And then we will pass to the Hydra. The Hydra will draw and play another Hydra head. We'll take 3 damage to go to 21. And then the Hydra's turn is over. It will be back to the team here. Untap, draw, play the island. We'll attack with the Blighted Bat and the Top Crop Skirmisher and 2 zombies. Actually, attack with the Blighted Bat against the Hydra head. We'll attack with 3 zombies on this side against the Ravenous Brute head. Killing both. Gaining 4 life to go to 25. Drawing a card. Another Swamp. And seeing if we have any new heads. No new heads. And Demir, not Orzhov, wins against the Face the Hydra Challenge deck. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more such videos, hit subscribe. And I'll be back with a video with these 2 decks versus the Battle the Horde Challenge deck from Born of the Gods. This is Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.